Everybody, welcome to MHC 620 Psychopathology. I'm Dr. Hennessy Lustica, and I'm the template holder for this course. What that means is I'm the one that is responsible for updating all of the content on the course. I may or may not be your instructor, but I wanted to take this moment to walk you through what our Blackboard looks like for this course. So when you open up your Blackboard, you should have this Welcome to MHC 620E and click here to start. So you're going to click on that, and that's going to take you down to the technology requirements for the course, your course syllabi, your textbook information, and any discussion board policies that we have. So I just want to walk you through the syllabus real quick. So this is the course syllabus for MHC 620 Psychopathologies. This part will be filled out by your individual instructor. Our course syllabi are all laid out the same. So they start with our COVID-19 protocol and campus conduct. This is an online asynchronous course, so you will not be on campus for this course. The statement on accessibility for individuals with disabilities. If you are a student with a disability and you need accommodations, please reach out to the coordinator of accessibility services, and we will be certain to give you the accommodations that you need. We have our academic integrity policy, our Title IX policy, and what happens in the event of a campus emergency closure. Again, we're not on campus. This is an asynchronous course, so this is less applicable to you guys in this course. We have an academic student success center that can help you with any needs that you have. And we also have a counseling center and crisis statement. A lot of our courses, all of our courses in the MHC program talk about mental health, and sometimes that can bring up feelings in you. So if you need to talk to somebody, please reach out to our Medaille Counseling office. Here are our crisis service lines, our lifeline, our public safety line, and always if you are feeling like you are in danger, please dial 911. So this class is an in-depth exploration of psychopathological conditions as defined in the DSM-5. So for most of you, this might be your first introduction to the DSM-5. This class is an overview. We will go through as many psychological disorders as we can in the time allotted, but this is just the beginning of your journey around the DSM and around diagnosis and treatment planning for clients. A lot of this class is mirrored after our clinical sequence. So you are going to learn a lot more about diagnosing in the clinical sequence when you're in your practicum and internship, and you're actually able to do that with clients. So in this case, you'll have a lot of case studies to look at, but not actual clients. Here are your learning objectives, and these are all listed in Blackboard as well. Our course outline. So this course is 7 modules, but it's 14 weeks long. So you will have 2 weeks to complete each module. There's a lot of content in each module. There's a lot of reading and a lot of videos to watch for this course. So just an FYI, I would pace yourself and make sure that you have enough time throughout those 2 weeks to get all of the work done that you need to get done. Course attendance policy, again, this is an asynchronous course, so you don't have to worry about that. Your assignments are due on time, however. We do have a tardy policy in our CMHC program, so all assignments are due on time. And if you cannot get your assignment in on time, please talk to your instructor about that. Your required text and reading for this course, there are 2 textbooks that are required: Psychopathology from Science to Clinical Practice and the DSM-5. These are both available through our Medaille bookstore. And then there are a whole slew of required readings, but these are all on Blackboard with links, and you'll be able just to download them from Blackboard, so you don't have to worry about those. So let's get down to the good stuff here. So the student performance evaluation criteria. This is what you're going to be graded on. The total course points for MHC 620 is 1,000 points. You'll have 2 discussion questions for each module. They will require you to post an answer to the discussion question, and then also to post a response to one classmate's answer to the discussion question. Your answer to the discussion question is worth 20 points, and your response is worth 5 points. Each module also includes a case conceptualization or a case study that we're calling it in there. These case studies are worth 30 points apiece. And then there's going to be a learning check in each module. The learning check is going to be in the form of a journal. Only your course instructor will be able to see that journal, and it's really your place to think critically about what you are learning. There are 3 or 4 prompts, I believe, in the journal that you have to answer, and those are worth 20 points apiece. So your weekly course deliverables are worth 700 points. And then there's an individual project that's due at the end of the course that's worth 300 points. There's another video that's linked right in here that is specific to the individual project, and we'll walk you through exactly how to do it. So here's our grading scale. Again, our late policy, late submissions are not accepted in this course or in any of our MHC courses. So please talk to your instructor if something comes up. And then these are your required assignments. So again, you've got your discussion questions and responses, your learning checks for each module, your weekly case conceptualization, or I call them case studies, and then your clinical assessment and treatment plan, which is worth 300 points. Down here are all the KCREP standards for this course. There are a lot of them because this is your diagnostic course for your program. So that is your syllabi, and your instructor will go over that in depth with you a little bit more as well. So back to Blackboard. So you will see a forms repository on your Blackboard. When you click on your forms repository, all of these great forms will open. So for each module, like I said, there's a case study due. And what you have to do for that case study is complete a diagnostic formulation treatment plan. So there's a sample one that is provided for you and a blank one that's provided for you. The blank ones are also provided in each module in your assignment. There's a link here to a video on how to complete your diagnostic treatment plan. After you watch that video, if you still have questions on how to complete it, please contact your instructor and we're happy to walk through that with you. Here are also your final project directions. So this is another video that you watch to talk about your final project. Your final project is not due to the last week of the course, but it is a big project. So we encourage you to chunk it into weeks and to work on it a little bit throughout the course. But when you get to the end of the course, you're not feeling overwhelmed. All of your final project materials are here, and they're also in week 7 of the modules as well. So your clinical assessment and treatment plan is here. For your final project, you will choose one case study. So here's option 1 with Marco, and option 2 with Emily, and then your treatment plan is here as well. Again, your final project directions are included here. Make sure that you listen to the video at the start of this class, because there are 3 parts to your final project, and one of them is uploading a video of your own at the end. So like I said, there are 7 modules. This is a 14-week course, so you have 2 weeks for each module. You're going to need 2 weeks for each module. So we've taken out there's no big paper in this course. It's really, we want to make it as experiential as we can and really check your learning as you go through. So every module will have a read review, and all your readings and videos are linked here. So if you click on the read review, it'll bring you to all the readings that you need to do and all of the videos that you need to listen to. As soon as this opens, I'll show it to you. So your estimated time for completion is here, 6 to 7 hours for this. It's usually going to be anywhere between 7 and 12 hours for completion. You're going to read your instructor's letter, and you're going to find that by the syllabus section. Then you're going to look at each of these videos in each of the sections. And then there's also going to be linked articles that you read in there. So all of those required reading articles are going to be linked right into the modules for you. And this will happen in each one of your modules. You go back out here, there's also a module for research. So a lot of our classes do include a research component because there is so much content for this class. Typically, you will not have a research component. So I think the only time that you have a research component is for module 1. And this is just to make yourself familiar with the DSM-5 and to locate it. But other than that, there will not be a research component for the rest of the modules. You will have 2 discussion questions per module. Again, you will have to put an answer to your discussion question, and then you will have to post to one other of your classmates' discussion questions. As we go down, each each class will have an assignment. Module 1.1 does not have a case study because it's really just an introduction to everything. So you will have an assignment in module 1.1, and then you will have a learning check in each one of your modules as well. So I just want to show you the learning check quickly. The learning check is in a journal form. If it lets me. The journal will only be seen with you and your instructor of the class. And this is really a place for you to think about critically the things that you're learning about in class. So each journal prompt has the same questions. You must cite 2 sources in your journal entry. So you can use anything that you've learned. You can use your textbook, you can use the DSM-5, you can use your articles, but talk about what information from this week's reading and videos did you already know? What information did you learn? And how will you use this week's reading videos to impact your work with clients? And this is a place, this does not have to be APA style. It's really a place for you to write about what you're learning, but you do have to cite 2 sources. So we can do a little learning check on that. So that's what each of the modules look like. So module 2 is neurodevelopmental disorders, disruptive impulsive control, conduct disorder, and ADHD. There's a lot of content in each of these modules, like we said before, which is why they are all 2 weeks long. Module 3 is anxiety disorders and post-traumatic stress disorder. Module 4 is depressive disorders and bipolar disorder. Module 5, personality disorders, sexual dysfunction, and paraphilic disorders and gender dysphoria. Module 6 is feeding and eating disorders, schizophrenia, somatic symptom, and related disorders. So in module 6, I just want to show you this very quickly. There are linked YouTube, the YouTube lectures are linked in here, but there's also a lecture linked in here from Dr. Boersma. She is an expert in all things eating disorders. So she linked a lecture in here as well. So this is under the feeding and eating disorder 2022 PowerPoint. It's a PowerPoint with her voice, so there's a voiceover. It takes a second to download, but just make sure that you download and have your volume turned up for that one as well. And then module 7 is the last module. And module 7 is substance related and addictive disorders and mental health services, legal implications. This is also where your final project is due. So you can upload your final project here, and then you have a video for your final project as well, which you can upload in module 7. Again, if you have any questions, please reach out to your instructor and they will be happy to walk you through everything. We hope that you learn a ton in this class. Again, it's a lot of content. It's the first time that you're learning about this content, so have some grace with yourself and ask tons of questions as we are here.